Well, hello folks, my name's Ian and of course welcome to my shed. I've just been busy doing some wire stripping. And we're actually, making quite a bit of space now. So I've just been stripping some wire, copper, and I've just had my neighbour call round. Yeah, my neighbour's call round and said, Ian, you have a welder, can you just, well, let's go and have a look at this little just. So here in the UK, we don't actually, well, in the UK and up north, we don't actually get much of that big bright thing up there in the sky. I don't even know what it's called. We see it that little. Well, anyway, for the last few days we've been in a heat wave. Well, for us that is. Some people over there in America, it's like, yeah, is that all, But here, well, it's been very hot. So hot that my neighbour got his umbrella out, sunshade. And your umbrella, fits in this cast, well, this is a cast iron stand. And your umbrella sticks in there and you can move it round and that's it. And it was a bit of a wind because of the cast iron base, which is quite heavy. Doesn't blow over. However, this particular thing has got a bit of a wobble, and he thinks I can just weld it in. So I'm going to make some space on the bench, and then we'll take it in and have a look at it. It's an easy fix, he says. They got the pipe in the vise, and we've got a gnarly old bolt which is very loose and it just spins. Well, it doesn't. It just turns, but there's something going on under there. I've had adjustables on it and it ain't doing it, so that's got to come off. Okay folks, well, let's say I've tried to get in with the grinder, but I don't want to damage it as so much. I've only got a little bit to play with, so it's used one of these, and I'm not quite sure where the switch is or where the battery goes. So as you can see, I've got a little bit of a play, and I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Hey, so there we go folks, and then you can see there is, that's never moved for donkey's years. So I've got nothing there to get more grips on, and to be honest, I'm not even going to try. All I'm going to do now is to set this off and cut that off. Well, apologies, I thought I'd press record when I was cutting it, but I hadn't. I've let that cool off a little bit. Let's tidy up a bit. You've seen a saw before though, haven't you? Okay, well that's what we had. We cut that off. As I said, I didn't have enough there to get it with mole grips and try and twist it off, but having turned it round, there's no cat in hell's chance that with as much WD-40, acetone, brake cleaner, whatever was coming out of that. So I made the right decision there to cut it off. All we got to do now is cut a new piece of flat steel, weld a nut on and weld it in. So I've got myself some flat bar which I'll cut off, and like I say, weld a nut, drill it, weld a nut on the other side. That wasn't my first idea. My first idea was to take some solid bar which this is just a perfect fit. That'll go straight over there, no problem. Slice one chunk off, bang it in place, drill it or even tap it, and the job would have been done. However, give it some thought, because look inside there, it's rusty, and that's rusty because, well, people leave these outside, rain falls down the hole. If it was totally blocked off at the bottom, it would have nowhere to go. So the designers, I assume, because they just might have been trying to save money, have used a piece of flat so the water can drain out. That's what I think they've done. They could have been just saving money, but for me, and that's not a good idea. Or I can still do that, but cut some bits off, or drill holes in it, but still allow water to come out. This is much less work, I think. It's going to be simple enough. Put that on top, mark that radius, and do the same on that side. Cut that off. At this point I could have made my life a little easier and left the saw out to cut that off, but I've not. I've put it away, so I'll do it with the grinder. Shape those bevels, fit it on the inside, job's a good one. Beautiful. I know it's going to be hot, so I'm not touching it, even though I want to. And test fitting. We'll see how we go. Okay. So I've put a little bevel on this, well, quite a bit of a bevel. So if I have the bevel facing that way, I can take that, put it over that, because it's a pretty good fit, and tap it in. And we'll stick a, I can't do that, can I? I've not put my nuts on the other side. Okay, so with that flush, take my centre finder, which I use for my woodworking, and I shall find the centre. With the centre found and scribed, all we need now is a centre pop. Now then, I really should get myself one of those automatic ones. But I don't need. Right, I need to drill that. Decide if I'm going to tap it or not. That one is about 3 milli thick material, and that's possibly 5 or even 6 mil. So it might be. No, I don't know. That only gives me 6 mil of thread, and I have to empty my garage to try and find my taps. Again, hot, don't touch. Is that the same size as? Is that the same size as that? Close enough. Quite a big hole really for little handheld thing. hot sparkles landed on my feet. Right, somewhere among here I have a bolt. I know it's going to be hot. Right, so yeah, healthy. Get a nut on that side. Oh, decisions. So we've got our roll in the centre, 10mm bolt. I found me 10mm or my bigger nut box. I've got a square nut, which I fancy using, a normal nut. But I've also got this like flange nut, and I know it's got like the nylock in the top, which I could use. I'm just worried about that the heat might affect the nylon Loctite bit, but it's thicker, and that gives me more thread to keep that in place. So I think we'll go for that. Clean that up, get it welded on there, welded into the tube. That's all it needs, quarter of a turn. You've still got the full power coming out of that. Right, what have I done here? I've kind of put a load of spacers behind that bolt so I don't crack anything up. Okay, all I've got to do now is to weld that flange nut onto that plate and just make sure I put the right helmet on. Otherwise, I'll have burned eyeballs. Ready to weld. I've got a little bit of water in there, so as soon as I've finished that, I can throw it in there. I don't really need to worry about induced stress fractures. End of the day, it's just holding a pole on. So there we go, three good tacks. Threw it in there, it didn't half hiss, so I don't see that coming off. But then again, you ain't seen my welding. That could be just superficially stuck on top. But we'll take this bolt out, see what happens. And that came out easy enough. So that meant that thread all the way to the top, I've not damaged the thread with welding. Right, to be honest, I need to put it back in now, don't I? So that I can position it inside my tube. You know you're going to knock that over, don't you? So there's my tube. Put that in there. Let it fall all the way down. Right. Probably find out that I've put the bevel on the wrong way now. Nope. Probably. I can just tap that and try and get it eyeball level. There we go. So that's in there. I get some welds, and I've left a good 3mm there, so I can weld onto that. Right, let's get that welded. Yeah, so I've got a very, very poor earth here. Very poor. In fact, I've got no earth at all. So, what am I going to do here? Will that do it? Feet. Aye, 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 aye. Of course, what I'm trying to do here is weld 6 milli to something like 2 milli. Which is not a good recipe for success. I wonder if that'll work. There we go. Doing it on the fly. So turn that up a notch. I don't think it's going to fall out. That's going nowhere. Oh, still like one more in that corner. I have not got my settings right, but it's a favour for a neighbour. A bit more wire speed. I need another way of doing this. Something to give me some visibility. Will that work? Yeah. Yeah, I've got that dialed in, and I can come that way. I can now do this side. Do for me. No, don't do that, Ian, don't do that. Just give it a little bit of protection. There we go. Let that dry. You can hardly tell. Okay. Hey, I shouldn't really do this, should I? Really? Little smidgen of grease. I say a smidgen. With a lot of grease, which is not going to do any harm, is it? Although if it rains it might leave it. I'll wipe it off after. Right, put that on the black gun, 17mm, and that's done fine. Right. What's the truth? The truth is, whoa. Easy boy, easy boy. Oh, that's tight. Right. That solid. However, we're definitely not central. I don't know if you can see that. So you make that big that side and make that big to the side. And if I've got some play. Oh yeah, I've got some play. That's all right. It's still a little off centre. I haven't really got it. I could fine tune this a little bit. Listen, I'm supposed to be stripping scrap. I'm not supposed to be doing this. It's a free job. It'll do. Yeah, anyway, that's solid. One thing, if you can see, you know, the gap there to the gap there, we're easily, I don't know, about 3mm difference. That's going to be 3mm over. So I don't know where I've gone wrong. it is what it is. I don't suppose they're going to notice. Only one little thing to do now, and I wouldn't have to do this. I could give this back as it is. So there you, job well done, or job done. But it's got this knob here that's broken. Well, it probably won't come as a surprise to any of you that I've never thrown a knob away in my life. So let's put a light on. There we go. That yellow tub there contains all my knobs. So I'll see if I can find one. I'll move everything out first. Hey, come on. Oh. A lifetime of collecting knobs, and handles and things. So what did we have? You can never have enough knobs. Right, I've got little knobs and I've got big knobs, small knobs and long knobs. I want an 8mm knob. I'll probably have every knob going but an 8mm one. It's 8mm, but not very long. Oh, they've got a little copper one. Which come on, tilt back a bit. Which does fit quite nicely, but do I want to give a copper knob away? I can't, as a scrapper, even though it's designed to do that, I can't give a copper knob away. Right, well, there we go, look at that. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Right, so there we go, job done. So now I can go back to my wire stripping, but there we go. That ain't wobbling. Okay, I didn't need to put a new plastic knob on, but I've got plenty. So, have you got a welder? Can you just? Yes, look at that, 8 PM in the evening. I think Raphael's scrapper's just about to start. We can go back listening to a little bit of CCR. And we'll have some more of this, twice as nice for a job well done, and he can have that back, and he will probably think that it took me about 10 minutes, which it probably wouldn't have taken actually much longer but for all the filming. Right, Ian in his shed, and I'll catch you lot in another one. Take care. Okay, well, one tiny little thing. I drilled a tiny drain hole, put a little bit of a groove in the cast iron base, that side and the back side. So if it fills up with water, it can drain out. All part of the service.